can run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
You gotta sneak up on people. I snuck up on the first bounty hunter I met. He's good too. Jeremy, he's cool. I called from Massachusetts to a bondsman because I didn't know anything. How to get licensed even. I called a bondsman named Jack, and he says to me, well, I already have a bounty hunter. I don't use the bounty hunter very often, but his name's Jeremy, and I've used him for years, and I'll give him you his number, and you can give him a call. Maybe he can help you get started. So I called this guy Jeremy. He's now a friend of mine. He's a good guy, good bounty hunter. Good, he's a bondsman too. Called him up. He said, well, you have to get licensed first, so you gotta go through the state police in Connecticut. And again, I was still living in Massachusetts. Jumped through all the hoops of the state police to get licensed. You know, it took months. It took me a long time to get licensed. It made me pay off on my debt, like 10 months to get licensed. I got licensed and I called Jeremy. I said, all right, I'm licensed, you know, let's talk. He said, well, come on down and meet me. So I come down. He wanted to meet me at Starbucks. So I'm gonna go meet this bounty hunter. You know, it's my first real contact with the industry. And I decided I want to sneak up on him. I pull in Starbucks and I see a guy, and I don't know what he looks like. He doesn't know what I look like. See a guy backed in a minivan, and I knew it was him right away. And I just glanced at him. I looked away. I got out of the minivan. I went into Starbucks. I didn't look around at all because I knew he was looking to see if it was me. And then I knew he saw me, but I went right in and I got in line. I didn't look around at all. And I don't go to Starbucks, by the way. I'm just up there looking at the menu, ordered a tea, and I sat down. And I just waited him out. I could just feel him looking at me. Finally he gets out, comes in, walks in, stops, turns and looks at me like as if I was going to go, oh, hey, you Jeremy? And I just looked up at him, and he looked at me kind of waiting for the recognition, and I just was like, looked at him like, you know, like, what the fuck are you looking at? You know what I mean? And he looked away from me real quick, thinking, oh, this must not be him. And he goes and he gets in line. He looks over at me again, and I looked at him like, just to convince him it wasn't me. And then he's like, I know, I'm reading his mind. He's like, no, that's not him. You know, he would have said something by now. And I had his phone number already queued up. And I hit dial. And I called his phone, and he's like, he looks at it, and he looks around, and I'm looking right at him, grinning. He was like, you know. So I kind of got him, you know. I wanted to just, I don't know, kind of prove myself to him, I guess, right off the bat. He came over, he sat down, and I had pretty much kind of bested him at that moment, and that was why I think he kind of cut to the chase and told me what I needed to know. I'll never forget what he said. He gave me probably, you know, the best advice you could give somebody. I think I kind of knew it anyway. You really need to know one thing to get into this business. He said you got to meet a bondsman and you got to make him believe in you. And that's all you really got to do, because that's what, you know, find the right bondsman who's got work, make him believe in you, get that shot, show him what you can do. Once he believes in you, he doesn't think about other people, because that's what a belief is. A belief is a stoppage in your mind. You wrap your head around an idea, you believe in that, and you don't have to go any further. So if I find somebody and I make him believe that I'm going to catch everybody he needs to get caught by actually doing that for him, well, then he believes in me, and he stops right there. He turns to me. He sleeps at night because he knows I'm going to catch his people. And then there's the relationship. I worked for the same place for 3.5 years, and I've been good to them, they've been good to me.
Tell them that God's gonna cut you down.